I'm glad you brought up books, because that's probably what makes me the most nervous, is the idea of where to begin with what to teach my child, and what to purchase when it comes to curricula.
Yeah, that's like a giant thing, When people started homeschooling back 15, 20 years ago, they were having to beg people like Abeka to sell them books, because they were going, well, you're not really a school, and we only sell to schools. And so they were desperate to get books. And now it's been like a roller coaster. And, you walk in our store and there's over 10,000 products on the shelf, and it's the opposite problem. It's, where do I start? I don't even, know where to start. So I think the best thing to do is to maybe give yourself some homework before you walk in and are, got all those books in front of you, that there's some things you need to think about first and maybe get down on paper and have given a lot of thought to, and then that narrows your choices down. So why don't we just go ahead and we'll talk about some of those now. I think when you're thinking about choosing curriculum, there's several things you have to do before you go down that road. And the first one I'm going to suggest is that you set some goals. And I'm going to talk to you about two different kinds of goals. Big highfalutin goals, sort of your mission statement for why you're homeschooling, so you can stay on the right path all the way through. And then some little goals to set to help you, along the way. Okay, so for big goals, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to think about sort of the big reason why you're homeschooling. Your mission statement is what Stephen Covey calls it, the guy who wrote 7 Steps to Effective Families and Effective whatever. He says that you need a mission statement, and you need it written down so that you can stay on track. Because what happens to us in life is we head towards something, and then life happens, and so you get all these detours. And if you don't have it written down so you can continually put yourself back towards that direction, the detours just keep getting you further and further off what your plans were. And that so happens in homeschooling. We get all excited, and we do all of our research, and we plan what we want to do, and we get 2 months into school, and somebody gets really sick, or your husband loses his job, or your sister has something happen, you've got to keep running to her house every other day. Who knows? Just life happens, and so all of a sudden those best laid plans. But if those best laid plans are written down, we can, once the bump in the road is out of the way, steer ourselves back towards it. If we don't, we sort of tend to be a little off the course. So this is how I've decided it's best to talk to people about setting goals for your homeschool. I've decided we don't homeschool for our children's sake. We feel like we are because we're so concerned about our kids, and that's why we're choosing to homeschool. But really, if you think about it, we're homeschooling for the grown-up they're going to be someday.